and blessings. This is Lisa Marie. So y'all, let me do what I always do. Let me share this to my Blackberry Beauty page. Let me do that. So I'm going to share. Dear me, there I is. All right, so I'm sharing to my Blackberry. That's why I got on a little early so I can do that. So let's say share to page, and I'm going to say this is called Creative Womb Work Live. And we are sharing, and I'm going to post it. Okay, hey, it's done. Okay, hey, Audrey McLean, how are you? How you doing? I'm just getting this, making sure it looks a little lopsided, but you know what? That's okay. How are you? And I know my glasses are all glaring with the light because I got light around me today, so that you can see me and I can actually see myself too. But anyway, hey, so we're going to wait a little until people come on, so that's what I'm doing now. We're just waiting for folks to get online and we can get started. I'm excited. So hey, so you know what? Let me just give the greetings while people are coming on. Hey, Serena Green, how are you? So ladies, we're just going to wait until other people are on. If you want to share, you know you can. Today we are talking about, good evening, Queen. Today we're talking about womb creativity, the creativity in the womb. We're talking about womb health. We're talking about health in general. But I always say womb health. You know, hey, Yvette. It's great. I'm great, love. How are you today? I'm good. Thank you. I'm feeling good. I had a great day. Went for a wonderful ride in the country. I mean, we live in the country, so we ride in the country, right? So it was great. But hey, Jackie, how are you? So ladies, keep coming on. But as you know, I'm running my special. For those that don't know, oh yes, greetings on this creative evening. Absolutely. Hey, Katie, how are you? For those that don't know, I am my special, hey Audrey, my special for this end of the month, which is February 28th, it ends for the one-on-one consultation for $75 an hour instead of $200, actually is ending in what? Is that a matter of days? So we're actually ending that in days. And so, of course, I'm still doing a lot of consultations. And today I happen to have 2 consultations. And one of them was a young sister, 27 years old. You youngsters, you know, y'all make me proud as a older queen. You make me so proud. She did so much soul searching. She understood that she needed to get to know herself. And even though she was going through a tumultuous relationship, a trying relationship, she knew when I asked her, did she love this brother? She said, she hesitated. And she said to me, I don't know, Sister Lisa Marie, because I'm just trying to love myself. I'm just trying to love myself. I'm just trying to figure out who I am. And that was like, bravo. That was just like, wow. Like, what? Like, if I knew that at 27 years old, I'd be ahead of the game. But she also said she'd been watching me for years, which helps a lot. And she talked about how she really likes talking to me because it's like, I'm a real person to some of y'all. I'm real, which means, I mean, I kind of know what that means, but so, okay, I'm going to read all your comments. I'm going to go back and forth. So, Anthony says, I love you. Recently found you on YouTube. Have been, oh, yay. And have been binge watching. Yes, welcome. Jackie says, oh, dear. Okay, Daniel Ferrando White is joined. How are you? Oh, your screen froze, Jackie. I hope you get back on. Ladidra is here. Serena says, okay, way ahead. Okay, way ahead. Okay. Jackie says, still frozen. Okay, well, come on, Jackie. I know you're going to get on soon. Yes, Serena, way ahead. Like, I mean, pregnant by her child's father, and knew that she was still searching for herself. And I thought that was so absolutely cool. So, Jackie, are you back? No. Anyone else got a frozen screen? I don't think so, Jackie. So go out and come back in. You know how to do it. And then I talked to another sister who was actually 37 years old. And you know what? Well, first of all, I want to say, remember, the first young queen was 27, and she was dealing with the womb and love and self-actualizing and finding herself and knowing who and what she is, but also was pregnant with her 3rd child. The second one was dealing with some personal womb issues herself, and she was 37, and she had this connection where she knew she wanted to work, didn't want to work a regular job. She wanted to do something creative. You know, when most women call me, I want to say that most of the women that call, and most of you that are watching, if not all of you, are healers. And I know, you know, my second client today talked about how, you know, when I said, I know you're a healer, and I could feel it, the things she said, the things she wanted to do. And she said, you know, it feels strange calling myself that. It feels strange. You know, you always think, a lot of times you have to say, I have to have more training. I have to know more. I have to study more, right? But you know what? When in actuality, I told her, hey, dear, wow, you are all set up. Look at those masks. Thank you for creative energy and spirit. You're very welcome. Yes. Oh, yeah. We got kind of set up pretty quickly. My husband don't play, and I guess neither do I. And I want you all to know that are sitting there thinking that you can't be a healer because you're not certified in what? Yoni steam? You're not certified in what? Reiki? You're not certified in what? You know, doulership, or like where I come from, healers wasn't certified, they were born. Okay? Healers were not certified, they were born. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being certified. I'm saying certification don't make you a healer. What's in your heart and in your womb, what you naturally came on this earth to do, that's what makes you a healer. Healers are born. Not to say healers can't be made, but the only ones that are made are the ones that are still born. Healers are born. You are a healer. You came in to do that work. So having more, you can go get all that stuff if that make you feel good. If it make you feel good, go on. Okay, I will go and come back in. Grace Serena says, yes, I'm a massage therapist. Thank you. Just a piece of paper, all about the money. Yes. Katie says, born. Yes. Thank you. Exactly. So I just want to remind you, I am back. Yes, Miss Jackie is back, and happy belated birthday, Miss Jackie. I just want to say that. And so I was really thinking about it today. I was thinking, how many queens, how many of you sisters are on and you really want to do healing work? And I mean all of it. You know, that's the other thing about being careful about certifications. It makes you think that that's the only thing that you should teach. But it is no healer or counselor or therapist of any sort on here who is dealing with a client who, let's just say, came to you to get a yoni steam. Are you just counseling them on yoni steams? Or really are you listening to them talk about their relationships, maybe their ailments, maybe their pain, their suffering, their entire lives? Don't they want, how could we break the idea of healing into parts when you're not parts? You're parts of a big whole. And the whole has to be addressed. So be careful with the idea of that healers are somebody that goes and get a piece of paper, and until you get that piece of paper, you're not a healer. You know, a lot of you also say, well, how can I heal anybody else if I can't heal myself? And I know that that's going around. I know that that's a very, popular notion. And I know you're thinking, where is she going? Well, Sister Lisa Marie, you know you got to heal yourself before you heal others. Let me tell you, when I was in school, it was at a California Institute of Integral Studies. So it was a college, but it was definitely alternative. And so when we studied, we would actually learn about healers. We learned about a lot of Latina healers, but also African healers and women of color, specifically women of color, all women of color. Some of these women had diabetes, and some of these women couldn't speak the language of the people that they were healing. Some of these women were ate any kind of diet. Some of these women were impoverished. Some of these women had ailments like diabetes or, arthritis. But were they not, did the Spirit not speak through them? Did the Spirit not give them healing powers? So I just want to just kind of break the whole notion of you got to be 100% before you could actually help somebody else. I got the masters, and it's the same information and things I have been doing. Absolutely, that's right. Thank you. That's excellent. Hey, Janae, that's a good point. So I just don't want you to not think that you making soup for a sick friend, or a pot of tea when somebody comes over, and you get making bread or biscuits or muffins or brownies even for somebody who needed that comfort is actually healing. You know, it's just something that I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but this is part of what I want to talk about. But I realized that I think the single most thing that stops us from really being those healers where we're not stuck in our head and think we need a lot of paper is creativity. When we have womb issues, we have creativity issues. We have lack of creativity issues. If the womb is creative, the womb must give birth. The womb must create. I mean, I've been in all. I've done the dry fasting and 60-day liquid fast, and I do seasonal fast, and I was a raw foodist and vegan, vegetarian, which, still am, but I went to hot springs and sat in sun all day and did 100,000 sea salt baths, and, those have come, some have stayed, some have gone, right? And I still had issues. I still had issues. Okay, I'm sorry. I still had issues. I still was working on the building called me. I still wasn't 100%. I still was dealing with ish. I did all of that. Why was I still dealing with ish? Katie says, people who have struggled in pain are those with potential to be most empathetic. Exactly. And empathy stirs the motivation to heal others' pain. Absolutely. Yvette says, that's because this Eurocentric, litigious society takes the spirit out and replaces it with book knowledge and detachment. Absolutely. I'm going to scared how to say your name, Queen. You're going to have to help me. While I was meant to be here, I was inspired to take out my art and sewing machine. That's right on. So think about it. That this idea. So let me go a little further with this creativity thing, and that I think that if you are a healer but you are afraid to do the work, or if you are a healer and been doing the work so long, you so tired and burnt out, you don't want to do the work again. Let's think about it. Hey, Angela, and you just can't even fathom because you just burnt out and you don't want to see nobody else's womb because y'all's is jacked up now. So if that's you, then I have to tell you that sometimes we have to put down the herbs. Sometimes, and I don't say put it down to not do it anymore. I mean, not administer it to anybody, not tell anybody else about how to heal until you find your mojo. And one way is through creativity. What a lot of ways of healing for the African community was through dance and drama and theater and writing it out and seeing yourself through the eyes of, on a piece of paper, something that you created. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to tell you how deep it is. Jackie says, okay, I'm frozen again. I'm so sorry. So, and Jackie says, and you are right. I think my creativity has been stifled as well. Well, absolutely. So, ladies, thank you for coming on. Keep coming on. I might not be looking at your thing for a while because I got to get into this because spirit is moving through me. So you're going to have to let me talk. You're going to have to let me talk so I can get my thoughts together because this one is important. I hit that too. Some of the most healthiest times, some of the most amazing times I ever had was when I was doing edutainment. I used to work with a group called African Roots of Jazz, and we would trace the social evolution of our people from slavery through present day through the art of blues, jazz, music. And we would talk about how the music changed according to the times, how the music got faster when we moved from the South to how blues was kind of sad and mournful when we were in the South. And as jobs became available up north, we moved up north and the blues became more a faster type of Kansas City type blues. We talked about that. Every time we as a people changed or got more, even like once we moved into the 70s, the get up, stand up for your rights. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? That the music reflected our people. We're talking about black music. We're talking about a black experience, and that we through creativity, a lot of us were able to stay alive. Even during enslavement, Holocaust, which was slavery, if it wasn't for those Sundays off and that banjo or that juba or that cakewalk or that tap dancing or that drumming in a different kind of way, or even the tambourines that we played in church. This was a way of us healing because sound. That's why I told, I said to y'all that yesterday when I did the opening of the Heart Intensive for $97, the replay is on the website if you want to buy it. It's wonderful. And I want to show you something about the importance of sound to heal. Excuse me, y'all. And y'all don't have to be no great musician. You just have to open up. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire is my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire is my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire is my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire is my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire is my spirit. And fire is my spirit. So it doesn't, you ain't got to have a voice. You don't have to get down. You don't have to know how to sing. You have to create. The best time of my life was when I was on stage. And we used to work in this, we used to have all these grants, and it was a grant for the Oakland Public School District called Young Audience. And they would get performers to teach at the same time. And we created a whole play. We wrote, but it was healing. And I got to sing, or I got to actually do spoken word, dancing. I wrote my own poetry. I told the story with my body, with my voice, with my acting, with my theater, with my drama. And not only did I heal myself, or rather heal everyone else, I was getting healed in the process every single time. And thank you for the love, y'all. Every single time. Sometimes, y'all, we can do all the fasting. We can do all the yoni steams. We can do all the Reiki. We can do all these things that cost money and buy candles and take baths, and they do work. But sometimes we can just sing. Sometimes we can just play our shakerade. Sometimes we can just hit a drum. Sometimes we can, what they say, cut a jig, just move and dance. And so in my next training course that starts March 3rd, it is $497, but you can do it in payment arrangements. I'm actually using theater. I'm using the ability to write our own story. Sometimes, and when you tell your story, or you are so afraid to tell your story, what if you had a past that you are ashamed of? Maybe you were a woman of the night. Maybe you had to sell your body to get food to feed your kids. Maybe you did a lot of drugs. Maybe you still on drugs. Maybe you addicted to something. Maybe you were with a bad man. Maybe you were a married man. Maybe you messing with somebody that ain't for you. And you know it's not right for you, not right morally. It's not just right for you. And you want to get out. And you want to stop the use, and you want to stop the abuse, but you can't. You've tried. You've done the baths. You changed the diet. You did the yoni steam, and you still messing with that man, and you still eating that food, or you still feeling bad about that thing. Do you understand that if you took that story that nobody has to know is yours and created a skit, a monologue, a play where you created you as a character so you could see yourself on the other side? You don't judge yourself the same way when you're creating. You can write the healing story for you. You can put it on paper. You can create it. You can create characters, and you don't have to go far. You know your story. You know all the characters in your life, the people in your life that played a part in your story. Can you imagine if you wrote it out? It would sound different. It would look different. It would feel different. That's what we're doing in the March Speaking Activation Training Course, virtual for 6 weeks. That's what we're doing. We're using theater. We're using our artistic. We're using self-expression. And it's not just going to help you heal that story or that thing. One thing the youngster told me today, my first consultation, she was brilliant, 27 years old. This is for you, Alexis. 27 years old. And she said to me, she said, you know, my man, my ex was mean to me, and everything I shared with him, he threw in my face. He read my diary and saw my secrets and threw it in my face. But let me tell you what she said. But she said, but in a way I realized now it was good. Because I've had things in my diary that I was ashamed of. She had how many men she slept with, she said, and all kinds of secrets, or her dark side. But I said, no, just the stuff you had in the dark. Just the stuff you was keeping in the dark. Don't call it a dark side. It's the stuff that, and when he brought it to her, it was like she felt free. Finally, it was out in the open. She didn't have to hide it anymore. That's what theater did. I had experiences on stage. It wasn't about going to Hollywood, and I was in California. It wasn't about being a Broadway star either. It was about every time I had to create a character. I was telling her, and for those that are theater majors or ever took drama or theater, or if you don't know, let me tell you that when you have, sometimes you'll get a play. And the playwright will name all the characters and give you a brief description. So he'll say, Rose, a housewife married to Troy. Troy, a ex-black baseball player who also is a working class man. That's all you have. Do you understand? To accurately play that particular character, you have to make up something, everything you can about that character, because the playwright gave you little information, and you cannot act. You cannot pretend to be somebody when you're acting. You have to be that person. So in other words, so what we learned to do was, if we had Rose as a housewife, I had to create a person. I had to create Rose. Rose, a housewife who had an abortion when she was 13, was married with 2 prior kids before she got married to Troy. Rose was an avid churchgoer. None of this I knew. Either I had to score my text, which means look at the words in the text to find out more information, or I had to make it up. I had to make it up so I could accurately play that person. And let me read something. Miriam says, only 2 times in my life that my spirit glowed was during my pregnancy and when I took West African dance for 1 year. The dancing changed my life too. Yo Brown just joined. Jackie said, had to go all the way out, guys, and come back to my system. Did I miss a lot? You right on time. So do you understand, like, I'm really teaching this next training course because I know the healing. I remember when I started teaching drama at an after-school program in a school called Lakeview Elementary on Grand Avenue in Oakland. And I remember that I took all that theater, and what I did was I had 4th and 5th grade girls. I created a womb circle with them, and we would write skits. I would listen to their stories and the things they told me was going on, and I created straight plays. But it was because I knew they needed healing and they didn't know how to do it, and traditional stuff wasn't working. I'm going to tell you, my best friend actually had attended a college called Laney College. And she knew what I was doing because actually she got me the gig. And she watched the class and she loved it. She said, hey, at that time, Nubia, she said, hey, Nubia, I just went to Laney and I went to this theater class. I just happened to sit in because a friend of mine was in it. And the woman there is calling herself a drama therapist. And she claims to teach drama therapy. She said, but Nubia, that's what you're doing. You just don't have the name. That's what you're doing. Years later, I went to California Institute of Integral Studies, the college, and they had a drama therapist degree that you could get. I already knew that a lot of times it's a lot easier to make me a character. It's a lot easier to see me if I put me out there. And I can write the script of my life. I can change the way I saw the hurt. I saw the pain. I am self-expressing. Do you know how many people took theater that were not wanting to be actors? They wanted to speak and do more speaking in front of their offices or their boss or, a presentation at work. They wanted to speak more easily with their loved ones. Some wanted to just get some things out that was there. So a lot of people took theater for a lot of reasons, and all of us need to express. Some had businesses and they wanted to be in front of their business and not just behind. We're going to do all that. The power of a monologue. The power of a monologue. When Rose said to Troy, when Troy talked about what Alberta was giving him, that line, what about me, Troy? What about my life? Don't you think I ever wanted nice things? That is brilliant. Can you imagine creating a monologue that states truly how you feel? That you can truly express, what about me? Every day, and for 6 weeks creating these and skits, and the importance of dialogue, because let's say that you're having a hard time having a conversation with someone who hurt you, whether they're alive or dead. And you want to say something, but it comes out either angrily where there's no resolution, or you can't say, or the person doesn't allow you. Can you imagine taking that scenario and creating a dialogue, a conversation between two people, and writing out how you think it could go? Do you think that does not transfer into your real life? Do you think that you're not, because you're saying it over, you created a dialogue, you get to write with the other person how they respond? What responsibility, what power that is. You heal because you get to hear it differently, see it differently. You change the way you react. And even you react angrily, it's tears when Rose was saying that. It's not anger for nothing. It's anger to get it out. Think about it, ladies. Think about the power of creativity to heal yourself. Jackie says, hey, Bar, okay, it's powerful, the monologue, yes. Barbara says, hey, Jackie, okay. Jackie says, that's one of the things we did when I was in speech class. We created skits. This is what we're going to, thank you. This is what we're going to do in my next training course. Or if you shake your shakeré or play your drum, do you understand that as African people, we cannot subscribe to traditional therapy only? And they say we can't do it. I said only. And right now for us in the Afrocentric communities, even womb healing and womb therapy, all that has become kind of, I don't want to say trending or trendy, but where is the creativity? Where is me saying, I can't even sit in the bathtub, it's too much. I can't write in the journal, but I can write a story? And you could think you're going to write a story and you're going to say, that ain't nothing to do with me. But you wrote it so it has something to do with you, and the possibility for healing is there. This idea of scoring your text, just like you score music, you look for operative words, words that you put emphasis on. You take out, you put a period or an ending of a sentence, you decide where that sentence ends. You don't let the script decide. You decide. You decide what that means. You make up what's not there in order to have a story that can actually bring forth healing, not just for yourself, but for those around you as well. Hey, preach. Thank you so much, sister. So I got to do something. I know what theater did for me. I was the first featured artist at this particular place that Dwayne Wiggins from Tony had a club called Java House, Jahva House. It was a coffee house, and I was the first person to do spoken word there, and it changed my life. Yes, the sacred woman helped me out to open my womb, but what it created was this highly creative writing therapy, writing poetry, which then I was introduced to EW, or Black Roots, African Roots of Jazz, and he said, I need a front woman, I need somebody to do everything you do. And let me tell you, everybody else in the band, was a jazz band, so they had to rehearse. He didn't actually like a lot of rehearsals. He said, not you. You don't never have to rehearse. You just give it to me raw. You just come on and do your thing. Now, prior to that, I was in a very restrictive, I kind of do that to myself every once in a while, restricted relationship with, a Rasta. It was just a restrictive, I'm not saying Rasta's restricted. I love it. Hey, Ja Rastafari, I mean it. There's some blessings and beauty in that. I was in a restrictive relationship that I put myself in. And then I meet this old man and he say, do you, be you. He used to say, give it to me, baby, give it to me. And I was able to come out. That was the most healing, most funnest, and when I think about it, part of me, that was me. I was also taking creative writing, voice lessons, and the creative writing, voice lessons, and dance. So I danced on stages, performances. We had to make our own costumes. It was amazing. Why can't we have fun while we're healing? Why can't we discover things about ourselves we never knew? Why does every healer has to be the head wrap? I wear one too, so I'm not making fun of it. Or the incense burning. Why can't the healer be the playwright? Why can't the healer be the actor? Why can't the healer be the dancer? Why can't because in Africa, in ancient times, that was revered. That's how you healed. The musician. Don't get stuck, because your womb gets stuck and your womb gets stagnant. Thank you for the love, the hearts, the thumbs up. Thank you. It sounds wonderful. Thank you, Miss Jackie. And when I finish, I used up all the ink from an ink pen, written a book. I still need to add more to it. Exactly. The writer. Maybe you'll find that those herpes or that STDs or that relationship you had a hard time letting go of, or that whatever it is, what if it's in the arts? But not just you watching it, you creating it. What if that happens? Yvette says, yes, still make my own belly dance costume. Absolutely. Barbara says, acting classes. Let me just read on my glasses. Acting classes for me took an introvert and made her function as an extrovert. Thank you. Deliver lectures, good ones. Now when I feel nervous or shy, I reach back to that 4 years of theater training. So Barbara, you know what I'm saying. So now Barbara, imagine that we're using that theater training to heal ourselves, that our intention is to heal, that our intention is to help. That our intention is, because then when we have those skills, like you said, and that training, like you said, if I'm out in the wilderness without a candle, might not get to a tub, which I don't even have that now, can't get some sea salt, I know how to create, because I got me. I can make music with my hands and music with my mouth. I can make music on my body. Y'all know that one. It's so important, and so that's the way I'm teaching it. I know some of you say $497, that's so expensive. It's worth it. And remember, you can do it in 3 easy installments. $165 at the checkout when you first purchase. 3 weeks later, $165. 3 weeks later after that, $165. You can pay in full. For those that are in the Blackberry Beauty Secrets, How to Glow from Head to Toe, the one that we just finished, you have a special already. You got a significant discount going. Although those are in the mastermind group. I just wanted you to know that healing is everything. But I'm in the South and my whole life changed and I eat cooked food. Am I still not a healer? I can't take baths because the water is highly chlorinated. Am I still not healing you or me? Wait a second now. Think about it. It must be something else. Is it just the food? I was restricting myself. Is it just it's so much more. I think when we were in our indigenous communities and times, we had a whole life. We had people to talk to. We had dance ceremonies. It was always something celebrating initiation. So music and dance was the fabric of every indigenous people's lives. This is how they solved their problems. This is how they made it rain, or make sure they had good crops, or make sure that the frost would end soon. They danced and they sang and they came together as a community, not solo either. When you find that talent, what if you discover you're a great visual artist, even through the theater? What if you discover that you want to take theater even more seriously? What if you discover, just keep thinking and keep going. And it's so fascinating what comes out. And I want you all to experience that with me. Barbara says, you are speaking the truth. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that coming from you. Jackie says, we are all very social people. You are right. This is how we as a people solve problems. And now we're solo and we're in the bathtub by ourselves, which is great. Like, I don't even want you to get any of that wrong, but I started thinking to myself, I said, well, I understand even why Queen of Food had to say, we need to do womb circles. I don't know how much healing you're going to do by yourself. And even though you have to find yourself, why can't you find yourself with others? Why can't you find yourself through theater? Why can't you find yourself through acting? Why can't you find yourself through creativity and script writing? Why can't you do that? You waiting around. I know right now there are creative people here, and you waiting around, you thinking something on the side, you thinking something it's your own personal hobby, it's your own personal thing. No, it's not personal. It's for everyone. So if you ain't found something that you giving to everyone and you only finding something you giving to yourself, I don't know how much healing that's going to give you. I don't know if there's going to be longevity in that healing. March 3rd, it's virtual 6 weeks. We have a private Facebook group and you can join. I want you in it. I'm excited. Like, I'm so glad that I'm going to do it anyway. So I hope y'all come, but I'm going to be up in there. Erica says, can't wait for the retreats. Yes, they are definitely coming. Retreats, that would be great. Absolutely, definitely. Can you all imagine? Oh, yeah, that's going to be the bomb, right? Because, well, and the retreats are all, like, I want to base, when I do retreats, on the Blackberry Beauty Secrets, how to glow from head to toe. Also, the speaking activation, I want to base it on that. We want to take something virtual and create something physical. And remember, too, though, I know, Miss Jackie, you was in the Glow to Head to Toe. Was that a game changer? And that was virtual, and that was a game. I didn't get one complaint in the Glow from Head to Toe. I mean, people loved it. I did, too. You know, I was reading my Sacred Woman book today. I was browsing through it. I hadn't taken it out in a while. And I was reading something. How long will the retreats be? I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, yes, it was. Thank you. A game changer. Thank you, Ms. Jackie. And I'll talk about the length and all the things that I want to do. But I remember looking at my Sacred Woman book, and it talked about the idea of sacred space. And it talked about how some women say, oh, I'm not a housekeeper. I hate, or I don't like housekeeping. And, I wish I could pay someone else to do it. And she talked about the housekeeping is not about just keeping your space clean. It's about a reflection of who you are. So what your space looks like reflects what you're carrying inside. And when I look at the space that I created, and I'm not done yet, I say to myself, I'm all right. And I wasn't even doing the Sacred Woman when we were doing the How to Glow from Head to Toe, because what you've learned throughout your entire life becomes what you teach. That's why a healer can still be, quote unquote, have an ailment, but still be able to give you something, because she still learned a lot. Some of us, I was telling my husband how, we was talking about my husband, he's bald, he's got, recessive hairline, so he cuts all his hair off, right? But a lot of it still does grow, and he sometimes will say, oh, the brothers, they don't have hair all here, but they still grow locks. And I said, why penalize the hair that grow for the hair that don't grow? Why, if your hair grows there and you want locks, then you should have locks. Why penalize the hair that grows for the hair that don't grow? Why not give your gift? Why stop giving your gift or don't give your gift because you may have a broken leg? I'm just saying, or you didn't take your sea salt baths every day, or you stopped being a vegan, or you're not raw anymore. Come on now. Why do that when you got all these other things that you really are great at and other people should know about it? Sometimes some of us won't say we're healers because we won't put ourselves out there. And when you take my next training course, you're putting yourself, your work, your words, and you're bringing it to life. And it's going to be so beautiful. Janae says, I just got dye to make bombs tomorrow. Yay. And since I didn't get my dye, I'm going to get the food coloring because I think that that's going to be bomb. Erica says, can't function in clutter. No, we cannot. Nikki says, love it. Thank you. We can't. And most people can't, but I was in Sacred Space. I was in Queen of doing it was great. While I was in it, I ain't doing nothing like I'm doing now because things changed. I changed. Sometimes, thank you for the heart and the love. You got to look at it. Healing comes over time. A lot of times you just need to get a little older, get a little more wisdom. Learn and take what you've learned and let some go and bring more and change. You got to change. People will say, oh, I'm not following you anymore. You changed. You really wanted me to stay the same? Did you really? Come on now. I can't even do it. You know why? Because I'm creative. And when you are creative, the very word to me means that you are not stagnant. You cannot be stagnant and creative. Used to tell my daughters, cluttered space, cluttered mind. That's right. So keep your rooms clean. Absolutely. Where did you get your dye? Oh, Miss Jackie's asking a question to you, Janae. Amen, Erica. So true. I am telling you, my mom used to say, if you live long enough, you will get some wisdom. I have to be me, but I have to. So let me tell you what prompted all this. When I say I have to be me, Spirit said, girl, I'm going to tell you now, if your money funny, if it ain't flowing like it used to, it's because you ain't being creative. Spirit told me, girl, you need to act or write some poetry, but you need to get on the stage and you need to do your poetry as spoken word and you need other people to hear it. You need to write poetry, spoken word. You need to write skits and plays. You need to act. You need to perform. You need to express, because it's everything comes in cycles and it's just that time. And I was like, wow, Walmart in the cake section. There you go. And I'm telling you, my mom okay, yes, that's right. Okay, Miss Jackie, I hope you got it. Finish writing the book that you wrote a few years ago, right? Exactly. I got books. Spirit told me that. Even ebooks. You got so much information about your journey that people would love you to read to them. Or people would love you to create a book. Or what about the skits and the play? Maybe I'll sell those. Maybe you will too. I know so many of you when y'all call me or we have consultations, y'all want to lead them jobs. Y'all want to be entrepreneurs, and I keep saying don't be nothing nobody else that you've seen. Those courses with how to be an entrepreneur and they give you their formula. Okay, it's a format. I could dig it. It's a format. But let me say this let me read and then I'll go on. Yo Brown says, I just love you. Wow, I tell other Black women about you. Excited we are talking about this cause for months I felt blocked, and you are such a great and magnificent singer, Yo Brown, so I'm loving you. Shantae Evans just joined. Thank you. Miss Jackie said I was talking, and please y'all share this. I was talking about my dear. I wasn't saying that you did not finish anything, Lisa. Oh, sorry for misunderstanding. Oh, sweetie, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You got to keep going. I was thinking about like life. Well, I was going to go back to the sister, but I'll remember that. Somebody help me remember what I was saying. I was thinking about life, and I was thinking about how relatively short it is. And how do we I was telling the sister, there's no way we're going to get to do everything we want to do. This is why we have children. They actually finish the job for us, and their children will continue. All your dreams will come true. They may not come through you, but they, in a sense, come through you, through your offspring. My daughter is majoring in design. She wants to be a fashion designer. My mother was a fashion designer, but unrealized. My daughter is doing what my mother could not do. Do you understand how, look at life and see how it works? My daughter went to the Oakland School for the Arts. That's how important I thought it was. I knew how much it healed my life. Not that it wasn't a college preparatory, not that it wasn't academic. It was an art school. And first she did theater, which she didn't like, because that was me, that wasn't her. She's a behind the scenes, not in front. She got into, I knew she was a great writer, because when I used to do all my skits and monologues, you're rehearsing over and over. She was 5, 6. She knew every single line, every single monologue, every single poem, word for word, at 5, 6, and 7, because I said it over. I knew she was a writer. She then changed her emphasis to literary arts, and she excelled. But she said, I want to go to school to be a designer, and she is doing so well. Yo Brown says, amen. Creativity, I tell my daughter, you keep doing that. You keep doing it, and then you do something different with it than anybody else ever did. I encouraged it. I never said, hey, I know she's smart. See, I don't need nobody to tell me my child is smart. Because my mother, when we come home with 0s, 12s, 13 on the math test, she'd be like, well, I don't really know what that is, because my kids are smart. My mother didn't need no test to tell her that her children were smart. She encouraged creativity as well. Where is your creativity? Where have you buried it? Where has it gone, y'all? Jackie says, don't have any children, so I have to realize a few of the dreams for myself. Oops, maybe my niece will fulfill some of them too. I was just going to say that. They don't have to come from you or through you. They have to be with you and around you. And you don't know who you're influencing. A lot of my kids that I used to mentor in Oakland Unified School District, they're grown women with children of their own. They go, Mama Nubia. That's what we call Afrocentric schools, or even when I was in the public school, you had to call Mama in front of that name, because I'm your mama right now when you're here. When your daughter becomes a designer, I want her to design something for me. Yay. Oh, I would love that, Miss Jackie. Where are you burying that womb issue? That STD that you got that can't go away? Because you know why? When you get herpes, I'm going to go there. Or you get any other ailment. But I've talked to sisters who have had herpes and wanted to know natural ways to heal it. And I said, one day I said, you need to act. You need to be creative. You need to express. Even if you're just making a YouTube, telling your side. Because when something can't go away, it's because there's something in you that you're not doing, and it's going to come in a disease form to get your attention. Herpes says, I ain't going away, which it can, because you went away. Because you won't look at what you're really supposed to be on this earth to do. You won't express yourself. So it ain't going away, that feeling of creativity. So you get a fibroid tumor, and it keeps growing because you're supposed to create. It ain't going away. It ain't going away. Nikki Jones says, I needed to hear this because I write songs that I've never shared with anybody because they are very intimate. However, let me get my glasses on so we can get this right. I can't read my glasses. Have helped in my healing, yes. I even record voice memos, and lately I loved it. I felt very pressed to release those to help others, but I haven't because of how personal they are. But I realize holding and keeping them to myself is somewhat hindering my healing process. You got it, Queen Nikki, you got it. So I will overcome that by release so I can heal myself as well as others. Ashe. Thank you for sharing. I needed this. Love you, Mother. You are so welcome, my child. Marianne says, exactly. My son is going to work in the music industry as a recording engineer and producer. This is what I dreamt of doing when I was a teenager. Yes! Music runs in my family. Miss Jackie says, that happened to my best friend. She used to help a lot of kids, including her sons. When she was walking down the street, a car was following her. She thought she was going to get robbed. I know that. But the boys got out and called her name and said, do you remember us? See, that's how I get all the time. We were in the band and you helped us a lot, so you can passed it on. Yes. How many people call me Mama Nubia? I mean, I'd be like, oh my God. And I remember them. And I knew where they was going, but I taught them drumming. We had floor toms, and we would have mallets, and we would teach them drumming, dance. When they came to we had this thing called in-house suspension, where we brought in the program saying, rather than suspend the child, and the schools loved it because they get money if the kids stay in class, bring them to, they had a portable 7. How did we get portable 7? Not 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 8, or we got 7, right? And they came in, and we would have, the boys on one, the girls on the other, the drumming, and they would dance, and they would dance it out, and they'd be like, Mama Nubia, I feel so much better. Like, and these were children strictly from the hood. You got to create, and you got to create with intention. And you can do it in a group. I really want to invite you to join the March 3rd, Friday. It starts Friday, March 3rd. So it's a week from this Friday. It's $497. You got payment arrangements, or you can pay in full. For all the rest of y'all that got the discount, I hope you don't discount it. I hope you don't think because it's less that it's less. I hope you understand the importance of expressing yourself through creativity, because it is so important. Miss Jackie said, all the kids in the neighborhood used to run up to my mom and say hi. She would always say hi, baby, because it was so many of them. It made them so happy that an adult was nice to them. Absolutely. Girl, I was grateful for the discount, and I appreciate it. I know that's right, sweetie. I know. So I really wanted to just, I don't know. I know it's not a lot of people on. I know it's getting late. I know it's during the week. I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to come as many times as I can this week. I'll be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, I'm doing something special with our mastermind group. And I'll talk about the retreats. I don't want to talk about the retreats yet because I want to really talk about this training course. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the acknowledgement. When I look at my life and I see things, I know when my creativity is stagnant, or I know when I'm supposed to be using creativity and I'm not. Like I opened I told you I've been doing the Sacred Woman book for like 16 years. And after a while, I don't necessarily do it. I should know it by now. I've done it. And I was feeling like, wow, my life, I don't know. Is it moving? Is it not moving? I don't know, questioning like we do. And I was pulling out the book. And I looked at it and I said, oh, this book, it helped me so much. It saved my life. But for me, it was just me trying to go back to something that should stay where it is for me, because it's here. And how do I use all that I learned through the Sacred Woman book? How do I use all that I've learned through all the healers that have been in my life? And how do I create that into something that is originally and totally me? And me right now. I'm going to keep changing, y'all, and I'm going to keep growing, and I'm actually happy. If I stay the same, I get nervous. You are right. And Yana said the same thing, that our creativity has been stifled, and we need to get it back. We have to. Jackie says, I so enjoyed the ride you shared today when you were on the road. Yay. This is one thing I love to do. It helps me think and get things into perspective. This nature ain't no joke. Nature is exact, right and exact, as they used to say. Nature never makes a mistake. And I sat in nature with my husband yesterday, and I sat near that river, and that river was talking to me. It said, sister, you know what you need to do. So I'm very excited about the March 3rd. I'm probably the most excited because it's a different way of teaching. It is a skill that I've had that I use all the time without even knowing. I too gained my confidence. I too learned about being in front of people and telling my story. Because every day, we used to say, when you auditioned for a part or you got a part, we used to say, you didn't pick the part picked you. You didn't pick the part picked you. And every part that you received, even if it wasn't the one you wanted, it usually was something that you was going through. This is what I noticed. Something you was dealing with in your own personal life. And the Creator, God gave you the opportunity to work your stuff out in front of strangers. Sometimes that's the best place to do it. Acting is spiritual. It is deep. It is an ability to play a role that is real. When you say, oh, they was acting, or you acting, that means you're pretending. An actor never pretends. They are being. They're not trying, they're not doing, they are that character. They live it, they see it. It's not crazy, it's not obsessive, it's not dedication. It's the art of expression. You want to do that character justice. You want to do it right. It's like respecting your ancestors. Your ancestors, when you are acting or using theater or some form or some skit writing, your ancestors actually come in you. See, that's when and this is when you're painting, drumming, dancing. When you let go, you flying through the air. You look at somebody did it like they got a videotape of the performance. You be like, was that me flying up in the air? You let go. When you're acting, what it is you're thinking about the lines. You ain't got it yet. If you remember them and they sound like it, you ain't got it yet. At some point, you got to take them words inside of you and throw the script out and be it. What power is that? What glory is that? God comes in all forms and creates in all ways and creates through you. Self-expression and creativity is godly. It is healing. You are a healer. Maybe you heal when you act. Maybe you heal when you speak. Maybe you heal when you sing. But you are healing, and people need it. We don't need another Yoni steamer. I'm sorry, Yoni steamers. Don't be mad at me, please. Please don't be mad. We don't need another. I mean, I love all the massage therapists. I love that you're a massage therapist. Like, I do need a massage. I need another one. I don't have one here. What I'm saying is, if there's a choice, and you really want to self-express, right? And you really want to create. But you're going to be a massage therapist because for some reason you think maybe that's where the money is, or everybody else is doing it, or it sounds like good, or you can do, or you're interested. But you really want to do the creativity is going to bring you more money and keep you healthier because it's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to teach you how to take that. And that could possibly be your ticket out of that 9 to 5 that you so want to be disconnected from. If you keep thinking of, I'm taking acting lessons, let's say you take acting lessons to be an actor on stage or in a film, okay, that dream might not happen. But if you say, I want to teach other people how to heal through self-expression and creativity, why can't you do that? Why can't you make that come true? Talk about that one. Amen. That part picked you. So true. It picked you. You have to keep changing and growing. So true, just Miss Jackie. What's a Yoni steamer? I call it Yoni steamer. Yoni steams are like this herbs that, like a pot, and it's herbs and it's heated up, and then you sit on the pot and the herbs go into your vagina, and they are very helpful and very legitimate. I call a Yoni steamer a person who administers Yoni steam. So that's what it is. Barbara says actors are being. That's right. Remember, Being Riches talked about. And what was it, Frank? I forget his name, who actually created the theater of being. If you remember, actors are being, not pretending. Yes, ma'am. I learned that. You feel what you do and say, and that's what people respond to. And that's what you all are responding to. When you hear me, you know I'm real. You know I'm coming from a deep place because I'm being. I'm not acting. I'm not pretending. I'm allowing. I'm going with it. I'm riding that feeling. And I'm not being afraid to express it. What about expressing how you feel to your mother, your father, your man? What about all the times you didn't open your mouth about something that you know you should have opened your mouth about? That's what we're learning on the March 3rd training course, Speaking Activation. That's what we're doing. Hey, Queen Amon Nisse, you going to help me with that name? Yes, I know. Spirit has been telling me forever to create. Ashe. Miss Jackie says, my goodness, you learn something new every day. Ashe. Oh, yeah. And Shahara Banks says, that's right. I say we have a relatively short time on earth, and I think we need to discover who we are. And I think that if you are calling yourself any kind of African, black person, African American, whatever, and you're not using ceremony, you're not using dance and acting and theater to portray a story that will help the entire village, you know that's not African. So all these healers, I'm appreciating all that you do. I'm sure someone was on and got off. They probably was like, wait, girl, now. You talk about my yoni steam or you talk about my Reiki. I'm saying that healing cannot be in isolation for the African. You have to self-express. Theater is not frivolous. Acting is not frivolous. It's healing if you approach it that way. Nikki Jones says, I dreamed numbers, and the numbers I dreamt last night told me that I was supported by my angels and ascended masters, ancestors. Yes, as long as I continue to use my gift, now come on, to create and manifest the life I want to heal myself and others. You will. And Shahara says, amen. I really want you to be a part of it. Another thing, too, that healing of the heart, I have to plug it. It was phenomenal. It was $97. It's a replay. You get the 3 hours. You get 3 supplemental videos. They're just some songs to open your heart. I did a lot of the prayers and meditations that I use and the music in it. And you get a worksheet. Phenomenal $97. If you can't go get that today. Go tonight and order that, and my assistant will send you everything. It's something to be a part of. It's something to see. We have to heal our hearts. That's the most important thing, and there's so many ways to do it. Nikki Jones says, I feel so free when I paint, write, sing, and dance. Yes, Queen. And can you imagine that your intention is to heal from it? And you're already healing without having the intention, because that's what it naturally does. But then helping others. When I see your paintings, I'm sure, or hear your song, or read your writings, you helped me. I needed that. You gotta tell, that's why we go to poetry, or we watch a movie, or we see a play. I'm changed. A lot of people go to events like that, and it was nice, and they talk about it, they might write about it, they might tell people about it. They ain't changed from it. I actually go home and change my life off a play. I was like, well, I felt that. And it made so much sense. I don't have to wait to change that. I'm about to change that now. Hey, Amanis, you says, I love massage, but I couldn't stand working at a spa because it was like a factory. Exactly. That's what's missing. I have the opportunity to start my own spa, and I love it. And I will do it my way, which is taking my time with my clients. Come on, Queen, using my knowledge, expression of what they have repressed, which has led to dis-ease. Queen, that's how you do that. My niece says, my niece. Okay, I was close. My niece. Thank you. My niece. I love it. Thank you. Amen, my niece. I wish you success. Love your name. Yes, Miss Jackie says. Miss Jackie says, thank you for your pronunciation. Wanted to get it right. My niece. Me too. Shahara says, therapeutic. Yes. It's our time, y'all. It's our time. And so I hope you can participate. If you want to do the pay arrangements, do it. If nothing else, the healing of the heart, that's powerful. The moving one, powerful. I know that when you move, there's a lot of transitions, and I'm actually going through it. When I think about my life, Spirit said, think about y'all, any of y'all, and then you can answer the question if you can. If you didn't think about money and how to pay your bills, are you happy? Now, some of you would say, no, I still don't have a happy life. It ain't really about the money. It is, but it's not. I could actually say, if I wasn't thinking about, I got to keep things going, am I happy? I'm asking, do I like my life? I love my life. I love my life. You know what I wish? I wish that I always was loving my life, no matter where I was. But again, as Miss Jackie says, as we get older, we get some wisdom. I moved because I wanted to express myself in another way. I love the land. We're not on land, but we're on lots of land. Actually, I love the Southern way. I love the movement of the South. I love this life, but I still struggle with, what's next. And Spirit said, be you. That's what's next. Like BU Cafe. That's what's next. Thank you, Miss Jackie. Amanice says, and you are welcome, dear, she says. So I'm not going to keep you for more than an hour because I got to come back tomorrow and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to get y'all in this training course, but I know, Miss Jackie, you said you were going to get the Healing of the Heart intensive, and for those that are thinking about it, go for it. It was yesterday, but you will be like you sitting there right with me. You get to work on it in your way. We talked about some very beautiful things. Amanice says, I love my life now. It's very simple. Not at this moment making the money I used to, but I have peace. It's priceless. It is priceless. And the money will come. And the money, because money is good. Money helps you to be able to do your art. I know God, I know the Creator, I know Goddess, I know Spirit wants us to prosper in our art. Because the Creator is the greatest artist ever. Look at the ride that we took today. That's the Creator. That's art. Once we really understand that you're not supposed to be the starving artist. Art is not supposed to be something you do just as a hobby. Art is not supposed to be something you do on the side. It's going to take us a minute. See, my daughter's generation is going to get it because we, as those kind of mothers, we're giving them what we did not get. Yes, the Father wants us to prosper. Yes, so it's going to be easier, but we have to give ourselves that. And I think that if that money seems like it's not flowing, it's not because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It's in a sense. And it is because, and what you're supposed to do is create. That's the answer. Love and light. I'm working in the NC area this week. Are you? Is there any way to connect with you while I'm here? Yes. So go to my email. Send me an email. It's TheBlackberryBeauty@gmail.com. Same with my website. Just put gmail.com and you can write me an email and we'll see if we can hook up. Shahara says, amen. Jackie says, you are so right. He is the ultimate artist. Niagara Falls, pyramids to name come on now, a tiny bit. Yes, ma'am. Yo Brown says, I'm recording my EP soon and getting my fiance to play the trombone. Oh, that's so beautiful. I'm encouraging him to. Yes, our men need it too. Shahara says, steps. Nikki Jones says, okay, thanks. Yes, please. Y'all. So, yes, I'm going to do live things. I get it. I understand, too. Another thing Spirit's telling me is, yes, you all want to talk about the retreats? We should, because Spirit says, look, they like you. They love you, some of them, and they would love to have more of you, and they want to do in person. They need to sit with each other and be a real community. And, yes, I am hooking retreats up. I'm talking to a sister who has a lot of land in Georgia. I know all them Georgia folks that support me or people that's close, and we're thinking about using her land. I'm designating some spots on our land. Remember, it's not cleared and we don't have a house on it, so I'm not really doing anything on it, but we're going to do something. But I actually found a retreat center right here about a few miles from my space that you all will love, but it really accommodates only a small amount of people. I'm going to meet with the brother or the guy tomorrow to talk about it. So I think I'm going to do that one with the mastermind group because I think I have a group of 10 of them, and it will accommodate them well. But I'm talking to the sister in Georgia. We're going to talk about it on Thursday, about me creating some retreats on that land. So, y'all, I hear your call. No, let me tell you, I'm so not ignoring you. I'm ignoring myself if I don't do it. I'm not listening to Spirit if I don't do it. Yes, the blackberrybeauty@gmail.com. Thank you, Amanice. We are working it out, y'all. Yes, we are. Yes, I'll be there. Let me know. Great. Nikki Jones says, thank you, Amanice. Yes, we will. So I want you to know that I'm not only I have to. Sometimes, like y'all, I guess I'm just, confessing. Although, I will get in front of y'all, even live, and I'll talk, and I'll give, and I'll pull, and I'll push, and I'll do that. And then at the end, I'm such an introvert. I'll be awkward. I don't be that wise. I don't be having nothing. After I finish talking to y'all, then I don't know what to say no more. So I'm sort of an introvert, like an extrovert introvert. Like I love to be in front, and because I let spirit move through me. See, I have faith in the Creator. The Creator is good. That's what you're getting. Now me, you're probably like, no, that's not true. I know you're just as charismatic. I don't know. So I have to, retreats are intimate and retreats are personal. And I'm ready to be intimate and personal with you. Even if we just, after I give and we do movement and we have our raw food and vegan chef come in and all the things we do, we are going to have introvert time where we go off into our little, I'm going to create some huts, y'all, but into our spaces and we sit silently, or we could sit silently together and just be with each other. Maybe we'll write and we'll create and we'll write through our skits and our poetry. Now, I could talk poetry all day, every day. You know, I was the one in college that I told my professor that I didn't see why I couldn't do my papers in poetry. And I did. In spoken word, they let me do it. When I was at CIS, where I got my BA, I told the teacher that I don't like the computer and writing on it mess with my eyes. And they said, you can write it out in handwriting and you can deliver your final paper in spoken word. I'm telling you, self-expressed people could not believe that the professor said, yes, you don't get because you don't ask. I asked, and they said, sure, I don't see why not. Self-expression. I have a lot of, I want to say skill, I wanted to say talent in that. I have a lot to give, and I hope that you accept it. So, reminders. Girl, please, my big mouth will rub off on you. Oh, I love it. Jackie says, of course you are charismatic. That is your gift. I appreciate that. Thank you. You never know unless you ask. Amen. You never know. So, again, I just want to remind you that if you did not take the opening of the heart intensive, which are the 3 hours, just 3 hours, you know, we come in. It was yesterday. You didn't miss it. The replay is available. You can buy it. Also, if you are thinking a week from this Friday starts the training course, 6 weeks, virtual private group, speaking activation, where we're going to do the theater and the skits. It's going to be so much fun. But not only that, you're going to heal. You might start a profession. You might teach from it. You might leave your job. You'll be able to at that point, and you don't know what else is waiting for you. So don't neglect yourself, your womb, and your creativity. You have a gift, and I need your gift. I need your gift. Do you know, y'all, sometimes as a healer, I will go on YouTube trying to look at somebody that could tell me something because I'm always telling somebody. I don't really find a lot of people. Nikki says, infinite peace and blessings and blissful blessings. Looking forward to connecting with you. Thanks so much for your beautiful spirit and sharing your life. Thank you so much. Hey, Candace. Candace says, hello. Hey. So I want to say that to you that it's our time to shine. That's all it is. And I need you because I look on YouTube and I don't really have anybody that excites me. Sometimes I see healers or even famous ones. Sometimes they feel like they acting to me. And I said acting. They ain't being. They acting. And I don't know if I believe them. Or sometimes I feel like I don't know. It's not that they're not authentic because I can't explain it. But that's what acting does. You know that Viola Davis was Rose. You know that Denzel Washington was Troy. That changed me. I felt that. And I want that. And I want to teach you how to feel that so that I'll have somewhere to go when I need the word, when I need to hear something good, the gospel, when I need to hear healing from another individual. That's why I need you to be a part of the March 3rd course so that I can send you out in the world and you can give back to me. I appreciate that. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you, Angela. Shine, shine, shine till you glow. It's certainly our time. Hey, Jackie Candace says, so yes, we're just a little after 9, so I'm going to end it here. and I'm going to go do a little few things at night. I like to clean my husband's bathroom. We got 2 bathrooms in here. One is mine, one is his. And I so enjoy at night, I know y'all, hey, creativity, cleaning his bathroom. So I'm about to go do that. But I love you. Thank you for the hearts, the love, the thumbs up. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Again, we ain't done. I ain't done till I get everybody watching in that next training course, or at least the intensive behind the replay. I love you all with all my heart. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessings.